It's Rob!
Tony! And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming.
And that's you.
Hello gamers and welcome back to the Inn. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me that, and we will be knocking out some Murloc Paladin, a pretty fun deck. It all revolves around you dealing as much damage as possible in one turn with anything that can happen. So hopefully we can get some of those combos off. The deck actually works fairly decent even if you can't play Anyfin, which is really surprising. So having a deck that works even though you can't get the combo off is really nice. For those of you who are new, we'll be playing 3 ranked games. We're at Legend currently, so these games are going to be fairly difficult, and if we can win 3 in Legend in a row, it shows the deck, you know, has potential to do very well. I believe we're going to get rid of this entire hand here. Yeah, so those of you who don't know, we're going to win all 3. I'll explain why I do what I do, and at the end of the video, I'll explain why I have what in the deck. There are some cards that I'm still kind of refining. This deck, this list as of now does fairly well, but I think I might take out one Wild Pyromancer and replace it with maybe another Solemn and or a True Silver, but for now I think the second Wild Pyromancer is fine because of how much aggro is on the ladder, but for the most part, if you feel like taking out the second Wild Pyromancer, that's fine. That's one of the changes I was going to make for another True Silver and or some other card. So I believe I might coin into the Muster for Battle this turn. It's going to leave him the option to either heal his 1/2 back up, which doesn't feel that great for him, and or let it die to my weapon the following turn. And then we have the follow-up War Leader on turn 3, and then we have Old Murk-Eye on 4, so if he doesn't kill the Murk-Eye, it's going to be a 5 attack, and then Shred, and then the Belcher on 5. So we actually have the next couple turns actually planned out for us, which is really nice. Which is really, really nice. So I doubt he's going to heal up his 1/2. That's something these priests, they really don't care about that card at all. They just care about the card that generates. This is not good. Anytime Wild Pyromancer comes out and you just muster for battle, they're all going to die. It's like the same thing with a Druid. If you play muster for battle and then he just starts targeting face and just swipe, and it's just like rip. Okay, so it's between War Leader and Zombie Chow and passive. I think War Leader is a little bit stronger because he has 3 attack, but the Zombie Chow brings out 2 dudes, and if he doesn't have another spell, because he already used 1 Power Ward Shield, it's good. I don't know.
I wonder.
I think the War Leader's stronger because it has 3 attack, and if we swing our weapon into the Wild Pyromancer, it has a greater chance to kill it off next turn. Because we need to kill that Wild Pyromancer. It's just one of those cards. It's not as annoying as Knife Juggler because it hits his card too, but for a Priest, being able to hit all his cards on his side of the field, he's able to combo it with Northshire Cleric and then like Circle of Healing, which I'm assuming he's playing because he's playing the Wild Pyromancer. So there's the Northshire Cleric, of course. He's going to heal up the Wild Pyromancer. He's going to swing it into probably our War Leader. And then I don't know what he's going to do after there. So he's going to flash here. So he's running that version of this deck. So this looks like it's Kibler's version. And it's going to run Death Lords. It's going to run a Tomb. It's going to run another Flash Heal. Maybe even Elise. So I'm assuming that's where he got this list from. Because not very many people run Flash Heal in their Priest as of now, unless they're running Kibler's list. So I think we're going to True Silver Champion and kill off the Wild Pyromancer. We could Old Murk-Eye and kill off the Northshire. But I think the Old Pyromancer is a little bit more of a threat than the Northshire at the moment. If he wants to spend 2 mana to heal, or spend 2 mana to draw a card, that seems pretty fine because again, I'm not really worried about him drawing a card. I'm worried about him being able to control the board and take me down, because if he can't do that, then we're going to be able to win with anything that can happen. So you definitely have to play this deck a little bit different. The whole point is to just draw through all of your cards, get all your Murlocs, hopefully they die a horrible, horrible death, which is good because then we resummon them. And it's very exciting, and then they all do crazy damage, and it's crazy. I've got the combo off quite a few times now, and it's just so satisfying. It feels bad for the other player, because it's just like, what the fuck just happened? You just played 1 card and did 38 damage to me. Some warrior had like 35 health in total, including armor, and anything that can happen just bursted him down. I actually casted it twice, so we were able to get our whole field of 7 minions. Wow. So he's able to Flash Heal the Sledge Belcher, kill it off with, geez, 1 mana, 6 damage. Feels good, man. So I think we concentrate, kill the Northshire, which is now really annoying. The Soul Priest isn't that crazy as of now, so we'll have to deal with it another turn, but then Warshack Cleric is going to have to die. We've let it live too long. And now we Zombie Chow, we use our passive. I think if we use our passive, it dies too easily due to his passive. So I think Zombie Chow is the better play here, because it's going to take more than just his passive to kill it. Thought steal. So this could be really bad, because he could actually steal Anyfin from our deck, and it doesn't matter whose side the Murlocs died. It just says 7 Murlocs that have died this game. So he could actually Anyfin us if he pulled it out of our deck, and there's a high probability of him pulling out of his deck. First, because he's going against me and my luck's fucking horrible, and then second, because we haven't drawn one yet. So I mean, it's still in the deck somewhere. So from here, I believe we are going to play the old Murkai, make a trade with the Soul Priest, kill off Zombie Chow, and make a dude. I know this leaves old Murkai susceptible to his 3/4, but I do not think that's that big of a deal, because again, our Murloc's dying is good. Unless he has anything, then it's bad. Sorry guys. Didn't mean to yawn, but it just came. It happened, it conquered, it won. Alright. So next turn, it looks like it's Tyrion. Hopefully he doesn't entomb it. If he entombs my Tyrion, I'm going to be pretty upset. By pretty upset, I'm going to be pretty upset. Like on a scale of 1 to salt, I'm going to be a bag of salt. Not even enough. It's like, how mad are you, Rob? And there's just like a mound of salt. No, Rob, just a mound of salt. No response. What's he doing? What could you possibly be thinking about 2 mana? Another Bluegill Warrior. Okay. Or not another, but a Bluegill Warrior. Alright, so we're going to kill that off, obviously, and then we're going to play Tyrion. We could... Yeah, I was going to say we could play Lay on Hands, but it just doesn't seem to be as powerful as Tyrion right now. Because if he has Entomb, he has Entomb. He was going to use Entomb on Tyrion anyway. That's what he's waiting for. So he might as well just get out of the way and make me angry now instead of making me angry later. Because... And then the Lay on Hands, I suppose we can use that next turn. Seems like it'd be fine next turn. Maybe draw into the Anyfin. If he gives me this weapon, this is really good. Because that shows he doesn't have Entomb or any way to deal with it. Now, I don't think his deck runs Harrison or Acidic Swamp Oozes. So I think as soon as we get the weapon, we'll be good for it. Then with the weapon, we'll regain field control. We'll heal ourselves up. And then hopefully we'll draw into Anyfin soon. Because what do we have? One charge has died, 1 old Murkai has died, and a war leader's died. So we have 3. Wow, light bomb to that. So that actually saves. He used the light bomb now, so which means if we Anyfin, we don't even really have to worry about that second light bomb. So there's 1 Anyfin. I believe we attack and do his Soul Priest, and then we're going to. It's either Lay on Hands and or Healbot. I think Lay on Hands is a little bit stronger right now, just because it allows us to draw into more cards, and these cards allow us to then make better plays because we have more options. We could have anti Keelbot and made a dude, but then he's just gonna swing his 3/1 into the anti Keelbot. Probably play a card prior to swinging into anti Keelbot with his 3/1, and then from there he's gonna be able to give an extra card like this Death Lord more health. And I would say this Death Lord having Svelin chosen and him playing all this shit on the field and probably healing it up. I'm assuming that's the play, yeah. So this would normally be horrible and I'd cry, but equality's in our hands, so it's all good, man. Feels good. So I believe we equality, and we've been able to pick up our double charge Murlocs, so we'll probably play these down here. We'll swing into the Death Lord, we'll see what we can get. We'll kill off his 4/1 prior to killing off the 3/1, so it doesn't give another card HP. Of course, it brings out Zombie Chow, my luck's horrible. We'll kill off the 3/1, and then we'll play a 3/1. And with playing against the Priest, we're not really worried about him having burst damage whatsoever. I might have been worried about maybe like a Soul Priest Flash Heal if I didn't already see him play both Shadow Priest and the both Flash Heals. So we really don't even have to worry about those right now. So there's the Death Lord, another one. I had mentioned how he had those in his deck before, so that was a good call on my part that he's definitely playing. He net decked one of the, I think his name's Kibler. Some person had recommended me do his list, and I don't particularly like net decking other pros decks because it's just like that's what everybody else is playing. So I think No, we have to heal. I was going to say anything can happen because I really get excited on turn 10 and you have it in your hand, but there's no way to get around not playing a heal this turn because of our mana, our life total right now. So we're going to have to swing our weapon into the Death Lord, swing our Shredder into the Death Lord, see what comes out. Hopefully not another Zombie Chow. Our second drop to a Zombie Chow. We're going to kill off this Wild Pyromancer, throw out the Shredder, and end our turn. So it's brought out Zombie Chow, and then the second lowest drop next to Zombie Chow is Shielded Minibot. You can bring out like a Belcher, or, yeah, I don't know. So there's 2 more chances to steal the anything that can happen. Oh my god. So he has pretty high chances he got that. Oh man. Hopefully he doesn't. You know what? I'm going to be pretty upset. There's 2 things that make me upset. Stealing my cards that are very important, like anything that can happen in Tyrion, and or just taking Tyrion with Entomb. Those are things that make me upset. So there's the second Light Bomb. It's pretty good. Because now when we Anyfin, we don't have to worry about a Light Bomb, but we do have to worry about a Holy Nova. So he's going to draw 2. Their Vigil, that's another card he got from our deck. So he's gotten a Murloc from our deck, the Vigil from our deck. We're going to play Anyfin, and when I play this Anyfin, there's a high probability that he has Anyfin, so we got to get ready for that concede. We'll see what Anyfin brings out. No War Leader, but it bring out all our charge guys and old Murkai, which is, I guess, is fine. So I'll prep for the concede if he plays anything. I have to concede faster than him playing Anyfin. Got to have that execute ready. Play Anyfin, I dare you. I'll concede so quick you won't even see it coming. You won't even get the pride of being able to kill me with my own card. The second I see it. Alright, Holy Nova, that was one of the cards I said we were susceptible to when we played Anyfin. Oh boy! Oh, Consecration. Oh boy! So he's going to clear board and play Zombie Chow, which is nice because Zombie Chow is actually going to heal us. Heal Bot is also nice, so I think we're going to Heal Bot, and then we're going to do Vigil, because I want to draw into the anything that can happen. I'm getting a little salty now. We have to play another anything that can happen. I'm actually going to stall out this game until we can play the anything that can happen. I have to show you the devastation this card brings. I have to show you. A plethora of Murlocs have died, so it's possible we could actually get all the 2-1s and not Old Murkai or War Chief, and that'd be pretty upsetting. Alright, so we're going to swing into his Zombie Chow, and then we're going to War Leader, and then we're just... we shouldn't pass it because we need to Anyfin next turn if we draw it. So I think we're just going to end our turn here. Normally I'd play like Wild Pyromancer, maybe even like a Muster for Battle, and definitely passive. Or we might even lay on... I guess lay on hands might have been a little bit stronger than playing the War Leader. But the War Leader comes out. I need a War... Fuck you, man. I had plans for you, bro. Why'd you do? Why you do? I needed the Anyfin. Alright, we got another game to Anyfin, guys. Why did you Kinsami da? You still had the chance to win. Not. But you still had the chance. Not. But you had not win. A warrior. Okay, so the Patron's really popular right now. I actually really like this hand. Shredder's a little bit cocky if we keep it, but I think we need to be cocky. Risk it for the biscuit, boys. Risk it for the biscuit. We have the 1-2, and if we draw Musters, it's fantastic. True Silver is good. I don't see a problem with playing Zombie Chow here. The problem is with this deck, though, when you keep a 4-drop, there's so many 4-drops in a Paladin. Good 4-drops in a Paladin deck. There's like True Silver, there's Shredder, there's Blessings of the King, there's Murkai, there's Consecration. There's just so many good Keeper of Uldaman. So normally when you draw into a 4-drop with a Paladin deck, or not draw into it, but mulligan into it like your opening hand, you normally mulligan out the 4-drops. 3-drops are good to keep, 2-drops are good to keep, 1-drop is fantastic, of course, like the Zombie Chow. I never put that shit back. Zombie Chow does work. He has arrows in his chest and he's still standing. That motherfucker lives. But yeah. So he's... Oh! Dragon Warrior. Rush Dragon Warrior. Oh man, this guy means business. Alright, so I believe I don't think we Wild Pyromancer yet, do we? Should we save it for the equality? Or should we just make a dude? I think we just make a dude. And then we swing Zombie Chow and our mini shielded Shielded mini bot. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Mini bot shielded into the Dragon Rider Warrior. Legendary. Legend, yay. Thanks, man. Really appreciate that.
My blade be thirsty.
Alright. So the Berserker, we're just going to True Silver Champion that. I don't see a reason not to. Normally we play Shredder if we could deal with whatever card he played on the field. But we can't really deal with that with what we have on the field currently. We just need to get rid of it. Berserker's one of those cards, if you don't get rid of it, it just becomes so big. Warriors have so many cards that just deal AoE damage. and, you know, buff individual cards and give this that and give that this. And it's just one of those cards that it'd just be better to just get rid of right now. Despite, I'm assuming he's just going to go face. That's what he's shown that he's normally going to do. XXY really bringing it home. Really showing the diversity of the legend class. So Shredder, swing for 2, swing for 1, hold on to weapon. We could have anti-Keelbot, but I'd rather save it to get the full heal, even though it's only 1 heal off from being the full here. We want him to push damage, really think he can do it, and then just take away his dreams. That's what I like. So if he hits the Shredder, I'll be surprised. He should just go face. That's what he's proven. There he goes. That's really bringing out the variety in the legend right now. Legend rank, skillful players, face. Plays Shredder, can kill it, face. So we're going to definitely kill off his Azure Drake, and then we're going to throw out the anti-Keelbot, because we threw into a second one, which is really nice. The great thing about this deck is because it has 2 Lay on Hands, 2 anti-Keelbots, and 2 Sledge Belchers, and 2 True Silver Champions. The True Silver Champions only healing for 2 each, but that's still 2 damage you know, can consume. Oh my fucking god, bro. Another face damage. How upset is this man going to be when I throw out the second anti-Keelbot? So I'm going to play around Brawl. I'm not really sure what's in this deck, so we're going to anti-Keelbot, play the Shielded Minibot, kill off the Shielded Minibot that's already on the field, and swing for 7. So I highly doubt this guy can pull out 26 damage on turn 7 with no cards on field, but who knows? He's proven that face is the place, and he's got plans that we may or may not know about. This guy is literally just... This is what's wrong with Hearthstone right now. This guy, if I didn't have 2 Shielded Minibots, this guy would have won. Not because of skill, but because he can click a card and put that card on my guy's face and then click go. That's insane right now. Another weapon. Jesus. Jiminy Crickets. Holy shit. 5 more damage. This guy's amazing. When did he get so good at Hearthstone? No wonder he hit Legend. Look at this pro. So we're going to lay on hands. So we've healed for 24 damage this game. And we're at 24. That's a lot. So we're going to kill off his 2-1, kill off his 3-3, swing for 7 more to the face. And who knows? This guy has... I think he's seen things. What's he going to do? What are you going to do? You paid $10 for this... That skin. That obviously... Face? Okay. There's no... I don't think he's attacked a single creature all game. Tyrion's nice, but I don't think it's needed. I think we can push lethal because we wild Pyromancer, we throw down Muster for battle, it brings this to 3, we anti-Keelbot into the monkey, and then we swing for 6 with our Shredder and our Shielded Minibot that lives, and then we also have the weapon that can do it. So there we go. Making trades, thinking smart, won us the game, but it wouldn't have won us the game if we didn't have 2 anti-Keelbots and a Lay on Hands. Jesus. The cancer, guys, the cancer. The cancer has spread to the legend. And I've seen that deck before. Some guy named, I believe, Ice played it, and he brought a deck guide on Rush, Dragon, Warrior, and that's where his net deck came from. It's really good to see everybody net decking everybody. It's really surprising. Not that net decking's bad, but when you play card for card exactly what like someone plays, and then you just keep playing it over and over and over again, it's just like Secret Paladin. It just gets old. How do you not like... Yeah, like even changing out like 2 or 3 cards to put in your own little twist, like just do it. Like I don't know, just do it. But you know what I'm saying.
Let the hunt begin.
It's like
I will fight with honor.
I think we get rid of the wild Pyromancer and the quality, but they work so well together. So do we really get rid of them against the Hunter? I don't think so. We actually Shielded Minibot and the Muster for battle is already nice, and then like. We could put back those cards and get, like, anything that can happen, both of them. So, if they... I guess these cards will work. Because the Wild Pyromancer and then using the quality after that is an entire field clear. And then, as we know, Hunters can fill up the field, like, insanely quick. And if we can't deal with it, that's how they win. Is they just get early board control. They make lots of favorable trades. You know, they unleash the Hounds if they lose it. So, I think... Oh, Zombie Chow. Top baby. And then next turn, we are going to Shielded Minibot. And the following turn, we are going to Muster for battle. So, this is fantastic. And I had a little itchy beard right here. Itchy mustache. Sorry about that. Alright, so he doesn't have the turn 2 drop, which is nice. We can take a steady shot. The good thing about this deck, like I mentioned before, is how much heal it has. So it's just so fantastic. So making trades with the Zombie Chow, a lot of people get the impression of Zombie Chow is supposed to go face. It's really not, because if we went face for 2, when Zombie Chow dies, it's just going to heal him back for 5. So pretty much no matter how much damage Zombie Chow puts out... Desert Camel? Wow, I like that. See, this guy is an innovator. He did some shit I haven't seen before. He played a 2-4 that gave him another 2-4. I like this guy, but we're gonna kill that guy. So, killing off the camel because it's a beast, we're going on turn 4, so we're scared of Houndmaster. We're gonna bring out coining out the Shredder, I think is better than... Yeah, coining out the Shredder is better than summoning a charge right now. We'll swing into this 2-4. So what I was going on before this guy made a surprising play, and what I like to see out of Hearthstone, like that guy he did something that I have not seen. He played a fucking camel, which that's the first time I think I've seen that camel being played, and brought out a card again that I have not seen played. Good for you, man. I like this guy. I like you. So we're going to kill off Zombie Chow. If you noticed, Zombie Chow hasn't healed him for anything. We're going to swing one into his Shredder. Hopefully it brings out something worth killing. Ooh, this is questionable. I think we go face here. I don't think that's worth killing. If he has Houndmaster, we get punished. If he doesn't Houndmaster, we don't get punished. But like I was saying about the Zombie Chow before I got sidetracked by this guy doing cool things. Wow, flare. So Zombie Chow, you always make trades with it pretty much. I mean, unless there's no cards on the board and you can't make trades with it. Well, Unleash the Hounds is really good here. You go face, but if you can, kill off web spinners, kill off haunted creepers, that's what your Zombie Chow should be doing. The Zombie Chow is to maintain early game board control, not so much pumping out damage. So, keep that in mind when you're playing Zombie Chow. I've seen a lot of people attack me in face with Zombie Chow when they could have killed my creature, which is really silly. So we're gonna play Shredder, swing for 3, and then we're gonna swing with our weapon for 4. Well, 4 altogether, not that my weapon does 4. So just pay attention. Make valuable trades, guys. I know you do, but make more. Everything's value. Alright, so next turn. Turn 6, we don't really have anything too crazy on turn 6, to be honest. We've got the Bluegill Warrior, and we've got the Wild Pyromancer, and we've got Lay on Hands, which you can't play. Good stuff. Lothab stops us from playing spells. Injured, whatever the fuck that guy's name is. Okay. So I think we Bluegill Warrior, use our weapon, kill off his 2-1 because we're at 23 health. We're not really worried about life. Make a dude swing for 4. No, more than 4. We're swinging for 6, 7.
For justice.
Okay, so we'll make a dude. Swing for 1, swing for 2, swing for 4, swing for 2. So what is that? 6, 8, 9 damage. We're pushing lethal next turn. You Lothab, but that really doesn't matter. Normally, you'd Lothab when you have 1 or 2 cards on the field, like maybe a Savannah Highmane or your Houndmaster and like a card that Houndmaster is buffed. You would do that and play Lothab, and then it stops your opponent from making a field clear, and then you pump you hit their face. But he played Lothab more so I wouldn't tempo out. I don't know what spell he thought I'd play on turn 6, but maybe he had no other card to play. The card to play. Voice cracking. Rip. So there's really no great way to get past this 4-4 without using our equality. Obviously, we're not going to use equality in Wild Pyromancer, but we'd use equality to kill off both that 4-4 with Taunt, the Lothab, not that it needs equality to bring it down to 1. It's already at 1. So killing off our Silverhand Recruit's the lowest on the field. I do not think we kill that Haunted Creeper. There'd be no point for it. So I don't think we Wild Pyromancer. I think we make a dude, swing with our weapon, attack with everything else, play Muster for battle. Hopefully he doesn't have Unleash the Hounds, Knife Juggler. If he does, we lose. A horrible, horrible death. That'd be so horrible. The worst combination he could possibly do right now is Knife Juggler, Animal Companion, Unleash the Hounds. That would be horrible. Maybe I shouldn't have mustered for battle. That could have been a mistake. This could have been a mistake, boys. We'll see.
Put this apple on your head.
No. No, stop. Oh my fucking god. You gotta be kindling my fitter sticks. Okay. No, Unleash the Hounds. He would have used it by now. Okay, we're safe. It's gonna ping off. Oh man, ping off my most powerful creatures. If you Unleash the Hounds now, that would be. Jesus Christ, man. Kill commanding a 1-1. That's value. So we're gonna swing our 1-1s into the Knife Juggler and play Tyrion. And I believe we kill off one of his 1-1s. We could go face, but I think killing a spider might be worth it a little bit more. Tyrion can hit face, because right now he has the potential if he draws a charge card to kill the Tyrion. But if he doesn't kill the Tyrion, Tyrion hits for 6, and our weapon hits for 1 next turn anyway. Yeah, Kansami dodge. Alright, so that was sweet. Even though he had some crazy plays early on with the Desert Camel, it looks like the Murloc Paladin made it through, and unfortunately we didn't even do the one-turn KO with this deck is supposed to do, which is really sad. The entire point of this deck was to be able to, anything can happen twice, and the second time you play it, bombard them with little tiny Murlocs, and they do crazy damage, but that didn't happen. So that's kind of sad, but it does show the deck can win without that win condition in hand. Because as we know, like some of the old, like Leroy Jenkins rogue decks, you'd have to have the combo to win almost 99% of the games. You know, like mid-range Druid or Ram Druid or whatnot, they force a Nature Savage Roar. That's how they win 90 to 95% of their games, is through that combination. But it looks like this was able to do it without it, which is really good. So it has multiple win conditions, which is nice. As I said, a change you can make is to the Wild Pyromancer. I think 2 might be too much. It felt like 1 was always sitting in our hand. So throwing in the extra True Silver Champion may not be so bad. But the problem is the True Silver Champion is the Muster for Battle. Because the Muster for Battle overrides the True Silver and or the opposites. So maybe throwing in another Solemn Vigil to get that card, like after you, like let's say Wild Pyromancer Equality, you clear the board and then you Solemn Vigil to draw 2 to bring back the cards that you just lost, which were Wild Pyromancer Equality. I think that would be pretty good. So with all of that said, let me go over the deck list. For those of you who are already done and you've seen what you need to see, thanks for stopping by, Van. For all of you who want to see more of the deck and me explaining each card, that's what I'll do now. So off the top, we're starting with Zombie Chow. Because this deck isn't your normal kind of deck and it doesn't have, you know, Cog Hammer and 2 True Silver Champions and stuff like that, it does require a really strong or at least stable early game. So that's why the Zombie Chows are in here. The Zombie Chows pretty much say, hey, Rush decks, please don't fuck my face off. I'm going to sit here and look cool. Don't kill me. So the Zombie Chows make valuable trades with the Mech Mage, or not Mech Mage, but Knife Juggler. I don't know why I said Mech Mage. So kills Knife Juggler early on, makes a lot of value trades. Double Equality is pretty much a staple in this deck because you Equality Consecrate, which is the most popular, and or Wild Pyromancer, and then Equality, because Wild Pyromancer says when you play a spell, or I should say after you play a spell, deal 1 damage to everything on the field, and Equality says bring everybody's HP to 1. So you play the both, it makes their HP 1, it clears the entire board unless they have a Divine Shield and or a Death Rattle that triggers after the die. The Blue Gale Warriors are... Okay, so let me say, why is there no Murloc Knight? Okay, so the 1-turn KO condition requires you to have cards that either have charge, buff other Murlocs, and or have charge. So Murloc Knight, nonetheless, is a fantastic Murloc that is played in almost every single mid-range Paladin deck, but in this deck, when you use anything that can happen, Murloc Knight does nothing. It counts as a Murloc, yes. It's a good Murloc, yes. But does it help you push the damage in the 1 turn to win, which is the core of this deck? No. So, as it is a good card, yes, it is not used in this deck because it doesn't have charge, like Old Murkai and the Blue Gale Warriors, and it doesn't have the stat boost that what is his name? The Murloc War Leader gives. So keep that in mind. And that's why he's not played in here. Running 2 shielded mini bots. This is because it's the most broken 2-drop in the game. How do you not play a 2/2 for 2 with Divine Shield? That's automatically pretty much going to go 1 for 1. I've mentioned on the Wild Pyromancer why it's in here. It's for the equality and also to kind of stop the rush decks. Keep in mind, do not cast Wild Pyromancer and then Muster for Battle. You will look like a fucking moron because Wild Pyromancer does 1 damage to everything on the field after you cast a spell. Muster for Battle is a spell. It'll actually kill all your 1/1s. Unless you're doing what I did against the Dragon Warrior deck, in which we were able to deal the 1 damage to the monkey in order to make a valuable trade with our creature to swing for 6 with our other creatures. So unless you have a specific plan for it, do not cast Wild Pyromancer and Muster for Battle. I've seen it done before, and I laugh pretty hard. The Murloc War Leader is something that I shouldn't really have to explain why the Murloc Paladin has Murloc War Leader. The True Silver Champion, why one of these and not more? This is because your Tyrion counts as a weapon, your Muster for Battles count as a weapon, and that's a decent amount of weapons already. Along with that, you don't want to be bogged down with 4-drops. You already have Piloted Shredder, Old Murkai, and Consecration. So you don't, this isn't, normal mid-range Paladins have a lot of 4-drops, and I tried to cut back on those and not have as many, along with, you know, us having Muster for Battle with the weapon and or Tyrion. So if you feel like two true silver weapons are important. Get rid of the Pyromancer. If you feel like not, then just get rid of the Pyromancer and maybe put in another Vigil. But if you're playing a lot of aggro decks, keep the Pyromancer. It's up to you. 2 muster for battles is pretty much a staple for the early game. I kind of went over it, skipped that. 2 consecrations. This is, again, the equality consecration is your main field clear. Old Murkai, again, is part of your 1-turn KO combo. The Paladin Shredder is a really good staple, or a really good stable 4-drop it's very sticky, so it's going to stick around for at least a turn or two and make your opponent have to make some value trades with it, unless you're a retarded warrior who just goes face all the time. Not that warriors are retarded, but that guy, he had one thing in mind, and it was not making value trades. The antique heal bots, again, why we've seen those are really useful. This deck does not have the push that normal decks do, so you have to stay alive long enough to bring your Murlocs out. The Murlocs die, anything that can happen. 2 Sledge Belchers, again, that's part of the stall. The Lay on Hands, again, is the stall and the cycling of cards. Tyrion, how do you not play this broken-ass card? Some of you may ask, where is Dr. Boom? You can put him in here if you want, but it's not really needed. It's up to you. I just prefer not to play him in this list. He really doesn't do anything, but, he puts a huge card on the field that's going to get Big Game Hunter. There's no other target in this deck for Big Game Hunter, and he's going to be that target. So why even put a target in for Big Game Hunter? Because the second you play him, he's going to get Big Game Hunter. It's just a thing. So why even put him in there? Make him waste Big Game Hunter and sit in their hand all game and be like, oh, I'm ready for the Dr. Boom! And then it never happens, and they get 1 turn killed, and they're like, oh boy, I shouldn't have held on to the big game all game. And then, obviously, 2 anything that can happen. Problem with this deck is that you draw both of the Anyfins early on in the game, and they're just stuck in your hand. If this happens, it's unfortunate. It is going to happen some games. It's just that card. It costs 10 mana, and if you draw it early on, it's just, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just a bad game. So don't, freak out if you get, a couple games in a row where you're like, I drew both Anyfins. This deck fucking blows. There's no possible way you won with it. You fucking cheated. I didn't cheat. You just, you can't get a really, just like any other deck, you can't get a really, really bad hand and expect to do well. Some games or some, days you just get really bad hands or really bad luck and you lose. I've gone on days where I've won 1 game all day and I've lost the rest of them. And I'm like, Tony, do I suck at Hearthstone now or something? Did I just lose everything that I've gained the past year and a half through playing? But anyway, a little side rant, my bad. With that said, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the deck guide. I've enjoyed making it for you. I've got a couple more deck guides planned at the Legend rank, so hopefully we'll be able to knock out quite a few deck guides at the Legend rank. And doing them at this rank, it's difficult, don't get me wrong, and it's going to be a challenge, but I think making my own deck guides at this rank and them being able to win all 3 games will be really, really nice because it'll show the potential of the deck, and it'll show you guys how to use it on a much higher caliber scale than normally, rank 5 through 10, which is where I normally make my deck guides just for time purposes. But because we hit Legend, so I wouldn't say early on in the season, but we have a couple days to spare, I'm going to try to do the best I can with pumping those out for you guys. So, as always, I'm Warshack and happy whatever the hell day it is.